Outlander panel. Yeah. Guys, I gotta say, I had so much fun preparing for this panel. You guys are such a passionate group, reading all your tweets, reading the questions you guys wanted to ask. And I just gotta say, I'm so impressed with the community you guys have built around this show, Outlander. It is awesome. So what do you guys say we put an end to this drought, at least for the next hour? Yeah? Please welcome the show stars, Katrina Bowles! Come on up, Katrina! Hello! Woo! On your feet! And Sam Ewan! Whoa! Have a seat, you guys. Yeah. Have a seat.
How's it going?
You know, when we're in Scotland, usually we drink whiskey, but we're in Seattle, so I guess it's just coffee.
You know, whiskey is acceptable here. And by the way, thanks for bringing the Scottish weather. Thank you guys.
Pleasure,
You're welcome.
yes. I'm not sure that is actually coffee. It does smell a little bit suspect.
Irish coffee.
So, is this your first appearance outside of San Diego Comic-Con in the States?
Yeah, it's mine. My first convention.
Are you guys ready to kind of burst their con cherry here in Seattle? I am. Well, as I mentioned, when I was preparing for this panel, there were a lot of suggestions for questions, and y'all also had a lot of suggestions for questions you did not want to hear or to be asked. So look up here. Here's a bingo card that was tweeted to me several times. Digest that information. If you plan on going up to a mic for Q&A, because we are going to have a big Q&A here, take a look. These are what we don't need to ask, okay, guys? Take a picture of that, and
What's under your kilt? That's a good one.
Yeah, what's under the kilt?
I don't know. I mean, I was drinking this beer last night called a kilt lifter, and I wouldn't recommend it. It's yeah, it can lead you astray.
You don't recommend it, but other people do recommend it,
yeah?
right?
Yeah. Maybe I didn't drink enough. That's the problem. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good. So as we prepare for the Q&A, and you guys can feel free to line up at the mics. We're going to have 2 sets of mics. This fandom obviously is passionate, dedicated.
Very quiet.
Yeah. That's not a word I would use to describe these guys. 26 years in the making, 8 novels. As actors, when you guys first, were approached and got the roles, where do you even begin with creating these characters for the screen?
Wow. Yes. I mean, we were just saying just now. We're on our 3rd year, our 3rd season of shooting, and so thank you. And yeah, it just feels like such a long time ago. I think we've both aged. Katrina more than me, and
Hey.
but it was, obviously the books. Diana, who we all love and admire, yes, absolutely. She wrote these great books, and I think that's exactly where you need to start. And it's been a really amazing process, an amazing journey. And here we are, like we're in our 3rd season, and it's
3.5 years later.
3.5 years later. We're on Voyager. It sort of feels rather appropriate that has been this kind of epic journey.
And Katrina, where did you start with Claire? Where did you,
Well, I had a very short window of time between when I got cast and when I was in Scotland. So I think I started with Panic, first of all. But I'd read the first book before I had tested with Sam, so I knew what that was. And I really started with, I found all these first-hand accounts of nurses that were in World War II. So I just started reading all about them and their experiences, because that's where Claire had just come from. So that was where I started, yeah.
Yeah, and how much of a responsibility in the beginning, and obviously that's carried through season 2, season 3, but do you feel, and how does it weigh on you to service the fans of the books and the written word?
Well, as we know,
Well,
these fans are, you know, they're never shy to make their opinions
They have
known.
no expectations.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, you know, we were both aware of these characters being, 20 years ago, Diana wrote these books, and so there was a great anticipation. And we just wanted to do them a service, didn't we?
But I also think, you know, we were in such a bubble in Scotland when we first started season one. You know, we weren't really aware of the magnitude of the fan base. And I think that served us really well, because I think in that first season it was so important for us to just do it our way and follow the path the way that the book and the scripts had laid out. And you know, and it was then when we sort of took our head out of that bubble and sort of looked around after season one, we were like, oh my God, you know.
What are we doing here?
and the logistical side of all this is the filming process, which you guys have a very long shooting schedule, an extensive process.
Look how we've aged.
Do you want to talk a little bit about?
Yes, we do obviously about 10 months, 11 months a year, and obviously, you know, season 3 is taking longer than we anticipated. Sorry about that.
Sorry. It's not. If Sam learned his lines, you know, then we'd be.
That's true. But you know, obviously, you know, the production is so vast, and it takes time. We're off to South Africa. Yes. Actually, tomorrow we leave, and yeah. So it's such a vast production, you know, and each day it just takes the logistics of getting, you know, 50 Highlanders up onto the mountains with horses and stuff. It just takes time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, obviously, there is this, you know, this huge gap between season 2 and season 3 that everybody is anticipating. But on the other hand, it's like you do respect the fact that Starz is like, okay, we need to do it correctly. That's a huge book. We have to service the, you know, the full story. So, you know, it's kind of the give and take there, I guess, with the fandom.
I mean, we won't finish shooting. Sorry, we won't finish shooting till June. So, you know, we need to also have the end of the show filmed before we can start airing the beginning. So,
I mean, we've seen, you know, not to talk too much about season 3 because we're not allowed to. But we have seen bits. I've seen some stuff, and I'm really excited. I think each season gets stronger and has a different take, and this one in particular feels, you know, strong, and I think the fans are going to love it.
Well,
I hope.
I think so too, and I don't think it's a real secret that, you know, season 3 you guys spend a lot of time apart, and then, you know, are finding each other again. I mean, you know, so
somebody went off and became a printer.
You're really not going to say anything about season 3, are you? All right.
Someone went off and got remarried.
No, not remarried.
Oh, I love you, but...
No.
Well, you know, Entertainment Weekly did release that photo of you right after you gave birth. You know,
Brianna.
And with Brianna and Frank in the photo. And it's interesting because I'm curious, your character obviously knows that Frank is, you know, not the father, but is making a choice. It seems, just by that picture, that she has to go in a certain direction because she thinks you're dead. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I mean, I you know, that is the thing.
It's a bummer.
You know, Claire believes Jamie has died, so there aren't really any options. So I think she does what any mother would do, and that is try and survive. And that's part of the reason I love Claire so much, because no matter what situation she's in, she's a survivor.
She's adaptable. Being a survivor is a good thing. So do you guys have questions?
Yes, come on.
You guys want to get...
No? Okay.
No, oh, well.
You have to go to the mic.
We'll go get killed.
Go to the mics. There's 2 sets of mics. They're going to be in this aisle and in this aisle. And while you guys line up, so season 3, we will talk. We see Claire and Frank. We see Claire and Brianna. We see a little more of like her professional history as a doctor in the medical profession. I mean, what can you know, speak to that was different for you about filming that season than the prior 2?
Well, I think it's, you know, a lot of it is sort of a continuation of the story that we were telling in 213. You know, I think the really great challenge about this season and the end of last season for me was telling the story of a woman who's lived 20 years, and yet we're only seeing these little vignettes. So it's, you know, that's a really interesting acting challenge. You know, obviously I sort of missed my partner in crime, but you know, it's not that long until until he was driving me nuts again.
Yeah, yeah. To have your own space, your own trailer. Not that we share trailers. That would be weird.
Don't let him throw you off.
Oh God. Go
what I have
read
to
that on
put up
Tumblr,
with?
I reckon now. Here, we'll be like-
But yeah, it's, you know, I think it's interesting to see, and you know, it's not that we just tell Claire's story. Believe me, it's more Jamie's story in the beginning. So you see how these two people have to live without each other, and that's, I think, a really important part of who they become later on. So.
Well, I'm very excited for September. Let's take our first question over here. Hi.
Melody, and I'm from Bonnie Lake.
Hi, Melody.
Hi.
Nice knees, Sam, by the way.
Good to meet you.
When are you guys going to start? How much of a break do you guys get between this season and starting the film for next season?
How much of a break between season 3 and 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
A few months.
Sometime. Between.
We're not 100%
we got
sure.
sent some answers for difficult questions like that. We could read them out, but
I think we'd get in
but we'll get in
trouble.
trouble and might not have a season 4 if we did so. But there will be some time in between seasons. But I do know that they've already started scouting and looking at stuff. So yeah.
Thank you. And that's all you're going to get on that, I guess. Thank you. Yes, hi. How are you?
Hi, I'm Megan. I live on the Kitsap Peninsula, which is up
Hey,
here.
Megan.
So I grew up kind of on the books, and it's influenced me a little bit as a healthcare professional. I'm a physical therapist now. And I just wondered, especially Claire, or Katrina, thank you.
I'll take
As
Claire.
as you've researched the character and researched how she has to go back in time and kind of recoup her knowledge as a nurse with traditional healing methods, if there's anything that you've come away with that and influenced in your own health and wellness, and any changes that you've made in your own lives based on some of that health history.
That's super interesting. Great question. You know, one of the great things about this was in season 1, I got to spend a good bit of time with a herbalist and a naturopath. And we sort of went through different, I don't know, like slippery elm bark and, you know, chamomile tea and candela and all of these things. And I now use those things.
And you always give me drugs. She's always feeding
drugs,
me,
darling, not
like, take
drugs.
one of these and...
I am I'm all about my vitamins.
The pharmacy.
And, no. But when you're shooting for 10 months and you're shooting 14-hour days, you can't afford to be sick. I mean, I don't think either of us have ever had a sick day. You just don't get that luxury. And Sam somehow always gets sick. So I'm the one with the vitamin C and the B12 and the vitamin D and the, you know,
So
trying to keep him healthy. But yeah, so it's a lot to do.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm keeping him healthy for you guys.
absolutely. Hey, life imitates art, imitates life, right? Thank you for that question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sam, what's the hardest thing you've had to learn for your character?
Oh, wow.
His lines.
Yes. Yeah, she's probably right. Yeah, it's no. Obviously, you know, season 1 there was the horse riding and the Gallic, which obviously is a great part of season 1, and I really enjoyed. Season 2, the French was a little bit trying.
Pourquoi?
Oui, allez, on y va, and such like. Yes, so there's always a challenge, and the thing with our show is that every episode is just so different, and so there's always you know, something new to learn, whether it's a new fight scene or you know, a bit of choreography or you know, researching into the history of the time. So it really is, you know, a challenging show, and we're very lucky to be part of it.
Well, and I think the reason it comes across so well is you guys do such a great job with that research and enveloping, the times and everything. So, yes, hi.
Hi, my name's Cassie from Dallas, Texas.
Hello.
Hey, Cassie.
Hello. Just a fun question. So Comic-Cons are all about geeking out, and as you may have experienced, Outlander fans are a little crazy. And by crazy, I mean absolutely nuts. So help us feel better about our craziness. Is there anybody that you would totally geek out over if you ever had the chance to meet?
I'm actually going to wear a t-shirt tomorrow. I've got my Stranger Things t-shirt. I'm going to wear that tomorrow. Millie Bobby Brown, I want to meet her. And actually, Jeremy Renner. So it's a bit embarrassing. I was a bit of a fanboy. So we were at the bar at this Oscar party, and he came in between us, and there was like a really awkward moment where he like leant past me to get his drink, and that's Jeremy Renner. Do I say something? Do I not say something? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You're really good in Arrival. And he just looked at me and went, "Thank you, brother," and ran away.
Sam came back so
I was
dejected.
so dejected. So I hope I don't bump into him now, or he doesn't recognize me. Who knew he's like Southern? I mean, that accent, I'm sure he's putting that on.
I had a total geek out moment last year. This was before the controversy of last week, but I met Faye Dunaway, and I was just like, oh my god, can I take my picture with you? And she let me, which was kind of surprising because I was like freaky, but...
That's a great question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, Sam. Hi, Katrina. Welcome to Seattle.
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
My name's Nicole, and I live in Puyallup, Washington, which, when you climb the mountain, Sam, you'll probably drive through Puyallup to get to Mount Rainier. But mine's more of a, this is for Sam. I'm a peaker, and I have been for
Yes, thank you.
pretty much from the beginning.
Wow, there's loads.
And because of your program, for the first time in my life, I love who I am, and I think I'm beautiful. I'm 43 years old, and I've never
Thank
liked
you
myself.
so much.
So thank you for that. You've given me the best gift I could have ever asked for with that, Sam. Thank you.
Thank you so
I will love
much.
you forever, no matter what, because you gave me my self-worth. So thank you for that. You helped me
Thank
find
you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for
We'll go
sharing
have a
that.
hug later. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. That's really special. Thank you.
And actually, thank you to everyone that has joined My Peak Challenge. It's really, thank you. It's really taken off, and we've got thousands of you now, over 8,000 peakers, and we just transferred $500,000 to Bloodwise, this charity we're working for. So it's incredible. So thank you.
Yes, hi.
Hi, I'm Erin. I'm also from Texas. I'm going to Scotland and Ireland this summer. What is a must-see when I get over there, and your favorite places to eat in Glasgow or Dublin?
You don't want to go to Ireland. Spend all your time in Scotland.
Hey.
It's a poor relative of Scotland. It's dark,
Wow.
depressing, terrible, terrible beer. I was in an Irish bar last night. I promise. It's okay.
Irish people are like elephants, we don't forget.
What's the one place? What should he see? What's the one place in
Okay.
Ireland and Scotland?
Why don't I do Scotland and you do?
That's a
That's
great
good.
idea. Okay.
Okay, I would
Scotland.
say go to Loch Rannoch in Scotland. It's where we film all the Stones scenes, and it's the most beautiful place I've been, I think.
Has
in
anyone
all-
been? Wow.
Wow.
Don't go there. There's loads of crazy fans. It is beautiful there, isn't it? It's amazing.
And you can climb Schiehallion while you're there.
You can. It's great. It could be your first Munro. Actually, I climbed that on my birthday. I think I've probably mentioned this before, but I climbed up there on my birthday when we were shooting there. I had the day off.
No. While we were shooting.
They were shooting. I had the day off. It was great. And I was rather hungover, but I climbed up, and It was very misty and you couldn't see much, and then slowly the clouds parted and I could see right down the bottom there was this film crew around the stones. It was kind of a special moment. Ireland, well, I would say Dublin is an amazing city. If you go north, the Giant's Causeway is incredible.
Yes.
It's a really fun place. And then you could go to Bushmills Distillery, you could go to Guinness. Doesn't all revolve around alcohol, but it does sometimes for me. It's a great country.
Thank you. And have a great trip. Hi.
Do I hold it? Okay. My name is Mackenzie. I'm from Maine. And I've been trying to be heart healthy, so do you have any porridge secrets, or like how do you take it?
How do you have your porridge in the morning?
I'm actually quite partial to the overnight oats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just a little almond milk or coconut milk and let them sit overnight. Add in a little bit of fruit or chia seeds. You know.
I'm a big fan of almond butter, so plenty of that on top. Maybe a bit of protein in there, like a protein powder, but I'd go for a plant-based one. So you can get like chocolate porridge or banana or strawberry if you're so inclined.
I wouldn't take food advice from Sam.
Yeah. And then ketchup, a bit of ketchup.
He still eats like a 12-year-old.
We had a steak last night, and
He ordered ketchup with his steak
What's
last
wrong
night.
with that?
Oh boy.
I mean,
What's wrong with you
we're dealing
people?
with a teenager here, you know.
There's work to be done. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth from Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome.
Hi.
I have a question, actually. Just talking to fans and friends today, the separation of Sam versus Jamie and Claire versus Kat. How much of the role that you play do you actually put into it? And the reason I'm asking that, because the very last time we saw the two of you, you were at Craig Nadoon. And that was an absolutely beautiful scene where you waltzed back to the stone.
I'm sorry, Sam.
that
Is
me?
someone calling you?
My mom.
Remember when I
okay.
said about a teenager?
So I was wondering if you do put a lot of yourself, your own personal self, into your role, and if you do, could you share with us that beautiful waltz back to the stone?
Should we do it?
Well, I think that, you know, obviously a lot of you were cast because a lot of your personality, you know, not necessarily aligned exactly with the character, but you were able to, you know.
Well, no, I think when the producers and the writers were casting these roles, obviously they want somebody who has the essence that they see in the character, and I think that they felt that we both had that. You know, I think as an actor, in some ways you're a channel for the characters that you play, and you sort of want to hold a space for them that they can, you know, have their emotions and their feelings and all of those things, but it's all through your own filter. So, you know, I can only feel the experiences that I've gone through when I'm reading something. My empathy has to come from some sort of my experience. So in that way, yes, you do end up putting a lot of yourself into the role, but I also think it's very important to be able to keep certain things separate. You know, it is that kind of dance that you have to do as an actor. But you know, also, I had never played a character for this long before, and I'd never lived with a character for this long before, and I think that as much as there's me and Claire, I think that she's inspired me a lot and given me so much in my life, and it's been an amazing experience because of that as well.
Absolutely.
That's a great answer.
And that's something you often hear from, like, for example, the original series, Star Trek, the original series actors. They played these characters for so long that they, you know, what's the difference between Leonard Nimoy and Spock? They each feed into each other. So you know, with the filming schedule, I see that. Thank you. That's a great question.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Sheila from Seattle.
Hi,
Hi,
Sheila.
Sheila.
Sam and Kate, you have both done such an amazing job of becoming the characters that all of these fans found in the books originally, that really nobody can take over these roles for you, and now you have 2 or 3 years, maybe 4, maybe 5 ahead of you in the roles, which is great news for us, but I'm wondering what your level of frustration is in not having the time to pursue other roles now that you really have, I'm sure, a lot of opportunities to do so.
That's a great question.
Yes, it is. I mean, I think, as we say, this job is all-consuming, and so even when we do get time off, you kind of want to relax or not think about working or just have some downtime. But I know that we're both actively seeking stuff. I do have a project that hopefully will work in the break between this season and next season, which I'm very excited about. But doing something can be restful as well. It can be refreshing. So I think it would be good for me to do. But this job is so fun, so all-consuming, that maybe I just want to go and lie on a beach somewhere.
Well, I think it's that thing of, you don't get opportunities like this very often. You don't get a great show and great characters like this very often. And I think we're both very aware and very conscious of how bloody lucky we are. And so you want to be able to see that to as far as it will go. And I think we're both very excited about doing that. But as an actor, you want to also tell many stories. So it is important to also try and do something else, but that's only, it's kind of like the cherry on top of the icing, on top of the cake, if we get to do anything else. So, it's a balancing act, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheila.
And we have a question from Twitter. This is from Elise on Twitter. And Sam, it's for you. Jamie was without Claire for 20 years. How did you approach the character and how he changed without her? This is from Elise on Twitter.
Yes, okay, I'm going to skirt around spoilers and naughty things I'm not allowed to say. Obviously, if people have read the book, Voyager, know that it picks up where we left off, and I think we're going to follow that pretty closely in the show. So we do get to see Jamie's journey without Claire, and God, am I allowed to say this much?
Well, how did you approach it?
How did I approach it? Well, he's basically yes. Oh God.
He was
if I don't go
lost.
back to work next week, you know why. Well, basically, Jamie's not himself. He's being anyone but Jamie Fraser, and I think that's all I can really say. So it's about his journey back to being Jamie Fraser. And so when we do see him, when they are reunited and he is a printer, he's become this person with a new life and a new relationships and new surroundings, and then his past comes back to haunt him.
Fair enough.
Save him.
I'm going to be in so much trouble. But it's there in the books, and also in our writing. We've got great writers this season, and the episodes are really strong.
We can't wait. Yes. Hi.
Hello. My name's Kathy, and I'm from Seattle. And last summer, at the last minute, I hopped on a plane so I could fly over and see all the guys at the Highlander convention.
Wow.
And the thing that I talked to Sam about at that time, I'm sure you don't remember, but I mentioned the fact that you tweet so much with your gals on My Peak Challenge and how inspiring that is, and I think that was a great example right there. And so, but my last question I asked you when I was there was, when are you coming to Seattle? And you came, so I'm so glad. So it's all because of me, I'm sure. But what I wanted to know is, have you, either one of you, had any chances to see Seattle or do much, or what's the thing you really want to do while you're here?
Well, he wants to go to a bar or a pub.
No, I went last night to the Pike's Place and had a wander around, and it was pouring down and cold, and I thought, well, we're not far from Scotland here. But no, it's a great place. I wish I could stay longer. I'm a bit of a Hawks fan. Sherman being my favorite.
I don't know. I've been here many times. I only got in last night, so I'm not going to see much on this trip. But have I been to, I think, Snoqualmie Falls? Is that one place I've been to, which is beautiful?
Sounds good, yeah.
Obviously Pike Market. It's Pike Place. But no, I love Seattle. great.
Seattle's a great city, but this trip is really for you guys about interacting.
Meeting you guys.
with
That's what we're
fans.
looking forward to.
Yeah.
But this connection.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Frances. I'm from Covington via Calgary, Alberta.
Hi, Frances.
Welcome.
Diana's writing is so evocative, and what I'm wondering is she always lets us know that plaids are enough to keep you warm.
Or two people warm.
And when we see you behind the scenes, you all have jackets on. So I guess I'm wondering, do plaids really keep you warm?
That's an alternative fact, I think.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's interesting. Thank you. That was a borderline bingo card question, I think. But we'll take it. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Okay, you guys are my Jeremy and Faye, so give me a minute. But I'm Barb. I'm from Enumclaw, Washington.
Hi, Barb.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh my God, he said hi to me. Anyway, we have our own Monroe in Enumclaw, and I invite you to come and climb it. It's called Mount Peak.
Okay,
Come on down,
accepted.
Sam. Okay, awesome. Let me know when you're coming.
I will.
I'll be your bodyguard. My question is, and I know you guys can't answer this for me, but if you could maybe give me some facial expressions or
You want spoilers, don't
body
you?
language, how verbatim to the books is the print shop scene?
Are you satisfied?
This is a fun game.
Yes,
Let's do this.
Good.
Maybe we should just answer all our questions with facial expressions.
Yeah, it'll be like a liturgical panel. No words, just.
Then
you
we
know.
can't get in trouble.
That's right. Nobody can say you said it. Yes. Hi.
Hello, my name is Cindy. I'm from Iowa.
Hi,
Hi,
Cindy.
Cindy.
Hello. Sam, I was wondering, would you ever lend your voice to any navigational system?
Oh.
Because
I've seen how he drives. You do not want him leading you in a car.
you know, there's a few
Yeah,
thousand people here that will follow you anywhere.
I love it.
I wouldn't take any directions from me. I think you might find yourself in the local river.
So
yes.
I think you guys all need to tweet Google Maps and Surrey and make this,
That's a good
make this
idea.
happen.
I actually have.
Has anyone got one of those Alexa things, or the
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we're
I
looking
shouldn't
for
say
a
there are
Highlander.
other
We want
products
a
available.
Highlander voice.
I don't trust them. I don't trust them. But I would lend my voice to that.
All right. If anyone can make that happen, it's this fan base. So it's really up to you guys. Thank you. All right. Hi. How are you?
Hi, my name is Tammy. I'm from North Carolina, actually about 30 minutes from Fraser's Ridge.
Oh wow! Hey.
I'm a newcomer to Outlander. My pastor actually started our cult at our church. He's in love with Claire, and we're in love with Jamie, of course. And my question is, any hope of filming coming to North Carolina?
Any hope of coming in? They don't know. The reality is we're lucky to have them here because of their filming schedule. So yeah, we'll just enjoy this weekend and see what pans out, right?
Yes. Is there a North Carolina in South Africa? I don't know. It could be.
They don't know? Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Ginger. I'm from Seattle.
Hi,
Ginger, I like your outfit. Your
I
costume.
made it.
It's awesome.
My question was, well, first off, I just wanted to say that I'm also geeking out that Claire is hosting because I'm a huge Buffy fan as well.
Thank you.
So I went to Scotland in November and had a really creepy experience when I went to the West Kirk, where my friend and I are pretty sure we saw a ghost. So I was just wondering what the creepiest thing is that's happened to you in Scotland, because there seem to be a lot of ghosts in Scotland.
All right. Tell us about your paranormal experiences in Scotland or elsewhere, if you've
Ooh.
had any.
I haven't had one in Scotland. I had one in Japan.
Do tell.
I had a ghost in my room. I did.
Uh-huh.
And we need a little more detail.
After the sake.
I was living there when I was like 19, and there was something in my room. The TV would go on and off, phone would ring, I could feel something around, and one night I felt this. And it scared the bejesus out of me. So I moved out the next day.
Sounds like a movie.
Well, yeah, it could.
I had a member of my family bought me many years ago. I used to play the trombone, and bought me a wind-up metronome that keeps time, and it was sitting on my mantelpiece for some time.
There's so many jokes I could make right now.
I'm just going to keep moving forward with this, and it had been there for many years. Anyway, I remember my family unfortunately passed away, and that night I was falling asleep thinking about this person, and the door was closed, the window was closed, and then it started ticking, and it hadn't moved for years, and it just started moving on its own. I thought that's pretty cool, and a sign.
How have I never known that you used to play the trombone?
I know, this is like a new little nugget of information.
I should have brought it with me. In fact, does anyone have one? I mean,
oh my God.
Yep.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And you look great, by the way.
What do you play?
You know.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Carrie, and I'm from Auburn, Washington.
Hi, Carrie.
And I have one of the idiots out here that I've read the books, all of them, including the little side ones, 7 times.
Wow.
Okay. And I guess the reason that I've always loved the books is because I can relate to the separation between in the year's time. I met my husband when I was 15, and we were separated from each other until I was 33. We had been married for 25 years.
Woo-woo!
Yeah. And we've raised his kids and my daughter, and yeah. I know what that feels like to be away from someone and love them so much, not know where they are, not know what they're doing, and I know what it feels like. And what I wanted to say to you guys is not really a question, but it's to say thank you for taking on these hard, iconic roles that are so important to so many people. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
you for sharing. Thank you.
And thank you for sharing that. That's an incredibly inspiring story. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Kate, and I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, Kate.
And myself and a lot of the people I traveled with today are fans in equal measure of not only your performances on the show, but of your willingness to be politically outspoken, activists, and advocates. And your charitable work as well. So I'm wondering what sort of planted the seed for that for you, for that aspect of your work, which has dovetailed so strongly with the fandom, and what are you excited about this year with World Child Cancer and My Peak Challenge?
That's a great question. Well, I think that's how my parents raised me. You know, I think that they raised me to be a citizen of the world and to be politically conscious and to look out for anyone who's less fortunate and to sort of fight for justice in whatever form. And so that's just part of who I am. I'm really excited. World Child Cancer continues to grow. I think we're going to do, another T-shirt campaign soon. So, it's such a great thing that I've been able to be a part of, and I'm really proud of the work that they do everywhere. So.
Yeah, and I also think, honestly, it's you guys. When we joined the show, very quickly you were willing to get behind us and everything we say, and it was just, a great opportunity for us to then lend our voice and your voice to causes that we believe in. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Noam. I'm 17 years old, but I've already read all 8 books, and I've seen the show.
When did you start?
Last June. So.
You read quick.
Yeah. Out here there are people of all ages, all genders, from all over the United States and even from Canada. So how does it make you feel knowing that you've reached and impacted such a huge and diverse fan base?
Well, I think we just have to thank Diana for that.
Yes,
you
absolutely.
know,
Thank you, Diana.
we were just fortunate enough to step into this incredible world that she created, and you know, I lived in the U.S. for 13 years. I would love to think I'm going to come back and live here again, and so I think we feel part of this global fandom very much as well. It's cool. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And so let's rewind for just a minute because, you know, when you first got approached about auditioning for the role, and did you even know about the series of books? Did you know anything about Outlander?
No, I got sent. I was living in LA. I got sent this 2 scenes and about 3 lines that were nurse from the 40s, strong, confident, and beautiful, or something like that. I don't know. But it was. I had no idea, and I had a friend who's Irish who had a friend who was working in the costume department, and she was like, "Oh, it's this massive series of books. Like, you have to go check it out." So I went to my local bookstore, Book Soup in LA, which is amazing. And when I was buying the book, he was like, "Oh, you know, they're making a TV show out of that." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And he was like, "Yeah, I wrote my thesis on Ron D. Moore." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So.
Can I take a look at that thesis?
Yeah. So it was a good little omen.
Yes. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, similarly, I actually hadn't heard of the books. You know, obviously living in a bubble in the UK, but you know, I Googled it and realized it was this vast world, and went out and did the same. And I think everyone else in London at the time had been buying the books because the first one, Cross Stitch, as it's called in the UK, was totally sold out. So I had to go to several places to try and find it. And then, yeah, it was this roller coaster of meetings. We had Skype calls with Ira Bear and Meryl Davis and Ron as well. And yeah, very quickly we went into auditions and tests, and it was, yeah, not look back. It's been amazing.
That's amazing. Hi.
Hi, I'm Debbie from Pittsburgh, and that's
Hi,
the
Debbie.
headquarters of H.J. Heinz. I've given you both pickle pins from Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Yes.
Yins are great.
Yes. Anyway, this kind of dovetails on the question you just answered. I think fans would really love it if we could hear you read a little bit of the book. So I brought a little section of something that we did not see in the series. It's when Jamie gives Claire the wedding ring.
You know what? That is so sweet. Unfortunately, we don't have time for that. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that is such a kind gesture, and maybe it's a suggestion for the next con they're at. Maybe we could arrange that beforehand. I think we should try.
Maybe Sam and I can maybe do that as a little gift to fans on
let's
our own
do
time.
that.
How about that?
Yes.
That'd be nice. If you want to leave the what you have selected, and we'll take it backstage, and maybe we'll be able to put that out on a
Claire
video
and
or
she could
something.
read Jamie, if that's any better.
You know,
Thank
it's a
you.
long Droughtlander. Maybe that can be something that'll tie over for
It's a good tide over. Hey, give her a round of applause. That's a great idea.
Great idea.
All right. Hi.
Hello, I'm Heather Watson. I'm having an outer body experience right now.
Come back to Earth,
You
Heather.
and me
Here.
too.
You're here.
And before I ask my question, I think every woman here would love to say, "On your feet, soldier." You don't have to, of course, but I can't go to the grave without saying that, being here in front of you. But my question is for both of you. And I'm wondering if there's a scene in either of the first 2 books, because you can't talk about the third, that you wish you got to act out in this series.
Is there a scene that maybe was omitted that you wish you could have portrayed on screen?
Yes.
It's a great question.
It's such a good question, and there is so many, and I'm just.
What about you? What?
I have like the oh my goodness, hi Sam and Katrina.
Hi.
My husband
That
has
scene.
my twins.
That's the scene was missing.
I'm supposed to be taking care of the children today, so I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm here. Oh my goodness. Okay,
Does anyone have a scene that they wish was there?
I do the
Loch Ness Monster? Yeah, no, we
when
don't want
you
to see
come
that.
together before you go to the boat in France in the steaming pool and really
Oh
come together.
yeah, that's.
I think that's so wonderful.
After when she takes you back to the Abbey and they have that scene in the
Oh, in the pool. Yes.
That would have been very cool. I don't know how we would have filmed that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, there's certain things that just you know, it's such an amazing thing to read, but you can't do it in reality. You know, the wolf scene I would have loved to have done.
And that was actually in the scripts originally.
No, well, you see, first of all, we nearly killed an actor with some dogs. Yes, with Father Bane, we tried to do a scene where he gets attacked by dogs, but he actually got attacked by dogs. So I think at that point they were like, we're nixing the wolf.
We should have done the wolf. I think that would have been kind of fun.
I like that you guys all laughed when she said that.
I know. It was quite horrific.
I'd like to see you fight a wolf.
I think I could take down a wolf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Great question. Hi.
Hi, my name is Cindy Davis, and I'm from Frisco, Texas, near Dallas, and I'm here with my friend
Hey.
Stacy, who wasn't brave enough to come forward. But you guys do an amazing job. It's crazy to read a book and then see you come to life, and it's awesome. But you're actors, and you have lives, and you have to travel a lot. We get that. But how do you juggle living in different countries for different amounts of time? I'm sure you don't go back to LA every day or every week. I mean, you're living in South Africa. You're going to be in Scotland for however many months, and you just plan your life accordingly. I guess you just rent spaces. I mean, how do you do that as an actor? And you don't know where you're going to be tomorrow. And how do you have a life?
Lots of caffeine.
Lots of caffeine. I have massive suitcases.
How many did you bring this time?
Oh no, right now I'm just rolling with two. But I'm
just two.
picking up some in London to bring to South Africa. You know, it is one of the challenges of being an actor. You know, but I think we all know going into this career that you're going to be a bit of a vagabond, and I think that, you know, somewhere in our hearts, that's who we are. You know, I think years ago we may have been slight gypsies, but you know, I think that's kind of exciting about our lives. I love traveling. I love seeing different cities and people and the cultures and what makes us unique and what makes us the same. You know, that's something that really fuels me. But yeah, there's challenges with it too. You know, seeing friends and family and all of those things is difficult sometimes. But hey, FaceTime and Skype, it's changed my life. So
There was a time, Katrina was nominated for a Golden Globe in the recent Golden Globes. And I believe you went to the Globes and you flew back the next day or that evening and went straight back to work the next morning. And it's
So if there's a couple of scenes where I look a little tired.
That's a great question. And I would think all the traveling feeds, you know, it's more experiences to feed you as an actor as well.
Yeah.
You know, different.
You gotta
culture.
live to tell a story. You know?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes. Hi.
Hi, I'm Paula from Vancouver, Canada. And,
Hi, Paula.
Hi.
I was pretty excited, and I want to make sure I had a good question. So I actually got two questions in case somebody stole mine. So I'm going to ask you guys, serious question or funny question?
Funny.
Okay, good choice. All right, so there's lots of Scottish slang in Outlander. We all love it. I'm not going to attempt any of it. My favorite is what you call a 69. I can't remember what it is now. Anyone?
What do we call a
In French.
69?
Oh, okay, sorry, in French. But there's some good Scottish slang in there. So what are your two favorite Scottish slangs?
Boheed.
Boheed is good.
Boheed's good.
Well, your balls are your.
Yeah, a boheed
Your
is a...
balls.
Yeah.
Sam?
And,
yes.
And close to your balls is your bobby, right?
Your Bobby. Yeah.
Which was, I was told that one recently.
How did we get on this topic?
Wow,
Thanks a lot.
Good question.
You fan. Thank you, though. Thank you.
Your Bobby.
Hi. We're going to go over here.
sweating
Pamela
now.
from
Ooh.
Seattle. Dear Gwyd, for both of you, what is the most difficult or challenging episode you've done thus far?
We'd have to say out of season 1 or 2. Difficult in filming, right?
Right.
Season 1 or 2. Actually, I haven't said 3's been pretty tough, but I can't say that obviously.
But you can't say why, so.
2 or 1.
The end.
Yeah, 1 was pretty tough. God, there's just they always have their own challenges, don't they? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, whether it's like shooting on a hilltop and it's pouring with rain, like the picnic scene, or you know, or the intimate scenes between us as well. You know, they always have their own particular challenges. So I can't think of a particular one.
I mean, I think emotionally, one of the toughest was Faith, which it was so beautifully written by Tony Graffia. It has such a poetic sense to her writing, and it was so beautiful. But, you know, it's a responsibility. You know that this is a very important ep for your character, for the fans, for the story, and you know, it's a lot riding on your shoulders because a lot of that is just personal. You know, it's great when Sam and I have fight scenes or emotional scenes. You know, we feed off each other in those scenes, and it's always great because, you know, I know how to push his buttons, I think, in a scene, and vice versa. And literally, actually,
yes,
we had a scene this season, which is it's not really a spoiler, but we were rehearsing, and I give him a little push, and Sam just went boom, and I flew across the room, landed on my butt, and I couldn't walk for about 4 days properly. Oh, see, yeah. But yeah, trying to fight with a he-man is challenging.
Those are always the great scenes, though. We really enjoy them, don't we? Just taking chunks out of each other,
throwing things at each other.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dear Gwyd.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, my name is Rachel, and I'm from Annapolis, Maryland.
Hi, Rachel.
And I'm representing 266 peakers in our Chesapeakers group.
Wow.
Wow.
Hello to all 266.
Yes. So, first of all, Katrina, your support of what this country is going through politically is so fantastic, and I can't thank you enough. To know that people in other countries are feeling our pain sort of helps us have the fight. Anyway, so this is my question. It's a very serious question, and it's a personal question. I asked Diana this question at Random House, and she cried. So please do not cry. I can't take that again. And I also asked it of the Highlanders at Star Fury, but Stephen Cree was there with you, Sam, and
I apologize for everything Steve has said or will say.
So here's my question. Your acting and your embodiment of these characters has profoundly, and I don't use that word lightly, profoundly changed my life. It brought me out of terrible depression. And I know it's done that for millions of other people. So my question to both of you is, as a performance actor, an artist, how does that affect you, that you have profoundly changed and altered the course of people's lives? Don't cry. Please don't cry.
That's very kind of you to say. I think we just try and do the best job we can, don't we? And we really appreciate that you connect with what we do, and we're very fortunate to be in this situation, I think.
I think, yeah, it's very humbling. You know, we're actors. We make believe for a living, but if, you know, anything that we do can give people an escape, that's a huge bonus for us. You know, it makes us feel very humble. I think.
And then you get people like Stephen Cree.
And then you get people like Stephen Cree.
And isn't that really the epitome of what it means to be an artist, to be able to affect someone on such a personal level? Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
That's
thank
really
you so much.
amazing. Thank you. Hi.
So we have time
time for one more question on this side and that side.
Oh no.
Thank you for holding the microphones, both of you, and for your ears.
Hi, my name is Jacinta, and I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, but I
Hi,
live in
Jacinta.
Seattle. It's cold. I loved the costumes this season, especially the brown dress when you were walking in the Versailles Garden. So, considering your background as a model, do you ever get input into any of the costumes? I remember Claire saying that she helped design the red dress, which I tried to sew but didn't work. And I'm just wondering if you have any input in your costumes at all.
You know, Terry is an artist, so I don't think anything that I would be bringing to her would add to it. But, you know, Terry, we have a conversation always about things. And, you know, I definitely, at this point, I think we both are on the same page about who we think Claire is and the kind of woman that she is and the kind of clothes that she would wear. And, you know, that's definitely an important part of, you know, my portrayal of the character, is to also feel like this is the woman that I'm playing, that, you know, the internal life is matched by the external life as well. So yeah, we definitely have conversations, but I definitely will bow to the master when needed to be.
And you look great, by the way.
Yes,
that's beautiful.
Did you make that? Did you design that?
I did, just for the picture with Sam.
Oh.
Wow.
You did a good job, girl.
20 hours.
I can't wait. It's awesome.
Yes. Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, I'm freaking out, but I'll be fine. My name is Amelia Batsis, and I'm here from Chicago. And I was not as prepared as some of the others. I had 2 questions, both of which have been asked. So instead, Sam, I'm going to make a request.
Yes.
My mom could not come. Can you look at this camera and give her a shout out? Her name's Angeline.
Angela.
Angeline.
Angeline.
Yes.
Hello, Angeline from Emerald City Comicon. We wish you could be here, and you're not. And all these fabulous people as well. So, next time.
All right. I'm going to make the executive decision to do one more from each side, as long as you guys could be fast. Yeah? Because I wish we could take everyone's question, but let's just see what we can get through. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for taking me. I appreciate it. My name is Megan. I'm from San Diego, California.
Hey,
And,
Megan.
Hi, Megan.
First of all, thank you so much for all you do. We really appreciate it as a fan, and thank you for your charity work. It's beautiful to follow you on Twitter and see all the things that you guys represent and do. Sam, this is for you. What does it mean to you being from Scotland? The movies and the TV show, the books and the TV show portray it so magnificently. And has it had an impact on Scotland and tourism and all of that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, this show has been great for Scotland, and there are actually a lot of shows. Avengers is currently shooting in Scotland, which is pretty cool. And actually, our drivers are working on that, I believe. Will I get told off for saying that as well?
Maybe.
Probably. Oh, God. And, yes, so it's been great for Scotland, and, you know, long may it continue. You know, we've built this great studio, and we're employing lots of craftsmen and people being trained up. So this show has actually not only, you know, done great things for Scottish tourism, but also for the industry in Scotland. So yeah, we're very thankful for it.
Thank you. Great question.
I have one more part. I'm going to Scotland this summer. What are your favorite places to go for Scotch? That's right.
Your favorite places for what?
For Scotch.
For Scotch.
Ooh.
Where's your favorite place for Scotch?
I like Glenlivet.
Oh yes, Glenlivet's nice. Yes.
There you go. Enjoy your trip. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Okay, let's go over here real quick.
Hi, I'm Eva from Seattle, and my mom from Nashville introduced me to the books and drugged me here and let me know in no uncertain terms she's taking the couch for the weekend to be here, so thank you for coming. I do have a question, though. Since you've got this huge anthology of books to draw on from your character, and with the series following the book so closely and with the author working so closely, as an artist, how do you feel like you've been able to put input of the character with your creative input in the show?
That's a great question. Well, I think, again, it goes back to that thing of, you know, everything that we do filters through our own experience. So, yes, the books are, you know, this amazing blueprint, and there's so much of Claire's inner thoughts and emotional life in the book, but the way that I interpret that is my stamp that I put on it. So, you know, everyone reading a book will read it in a different way. So I think that's kind of how I do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, you guys. This time it's for
God.
real. Did you guys have a good time this hour?
Thank you.
Thank you. Why don't you guys get on your feet and give one more huge round of applause for Katrina Bolf and Sam Ewan.
Thank you so much.
You can see them downstairs today and tomorrow, so make sure you take the journey down there.
Have a great Comic-Con. See you guys. Oh, wow.
For honor, for the watch. Witness the finest in melee